Hello, chess friends. I've got an excellent chess study for you guys. It's the study of the day, and this one was composed by Stephen Nielsen in the same year, 2021. In fact, it's an original study, and it was composed in the. It was actually posed in the Latvian Championship, Solving Championship, of course, this year held in the month of August. And wonderfully, only 10 out of the 25 top solvers managed to crack it. So this is a very difficult chess study. Of course, it's full of attack, and I think it can teach us a lot of attacking themes. So, white to play and win the game. Go ahead, pause the video, give yourself at least a few minutes. This one is a really beautiful attacking theme. White to play and win. Think about it. Alright, so there are several moves that you must have tried here. Not all of them are winning. In fact, only one of the move is winning. And you know, when I put this position on the engine and I checked it with the engine was really confused as what is exactly happening. At some point, it called it as draw, and after 2 to 3 minutes, it said white is winning. So even engines are really confused in this position to what is happening. Is black able to defend or white is crashing through? Let's have a look at this. So first move is very important. We have to go queen to b1 and not queen to d3 check. Queen to d3, there's a difference. When you go to b1, you have the access to the g1 square, which gives you an access to the g7 square, which is absent in the line with queen d3. You know, if you put your queen on d3, it takes more time to reach the g5 because there is a pawn over here. So that's the reason you have to first go queen to b1. Basically the point is you have a very powerful pawn on f6 and you would like to use it by putting the queen on g7, and that's a mate. So how will that be done? Queen b1 check, pardon me for that. Queen b1 check, there is a check. Black's move is forced, of course. He has to go king h8. Something like king to g8 is horrible because of just over here, and there is a mate, of course. So he has to go king to h8. This move was forced. Now the next move is queen to g1, again forcing black's reply. Queen g7 mate is threatened, and that's why his only option is to actually go over here. And now what do? Well, the point is now you're gonna play rook to d8. Now there's a very strong threat. You want to play queen to g7 over here, and that would be a checkmate, an excellent checkmate over there. So because we are pinning the rook, there is again a threat of checkmate. Every single move of white is forced, and that's the secret of this position. But this move, rook to d8, absolutely looks like a ridiculous move because it looks like he not only takes a rook but also gives us a check. Now what do we do here? Thing is, you're gonna play knight to d6. There's a big threat now. We are basically threatening queen to g7. In case he takes, let's say, captures over here, then you can put your king over here, and now this is an unstoppable threat, and that's the reason he has to basically go back to g8. Again, this move is forced to avoid checkmate. And now what do you do? What do you do in this position? The attack just never stops. First you give up a rook, and now knight takes f7, king to h7. Here comes queen to b1, an incredibly difficult move to see, specifically when you're solving, just calculating. This kind of moves are very difficult to see, long range moves. So queen to b1 check. Now this square is covered, this is covered, and everything is covered. Basically, he has only one thing to do. He can play rook to g6 over here, blocking the check. But now that the rook is pinned, remember the game of Kasparov versus Pickett, and you will find this excellent move. Very difficult to see if you don't know that game. Very easy to say if you have studied the classics. The move is, of course, knight to h8. This basically wins the game. Now, Andy's suggesting all kind of move like f3, for example, but then it's simply lost because of obviously queen takes and queen g7. Let's say he just takes over here again. Queen takes rook, mate threatened over here is unstoppable. There's no way the queen is in Siberia. She doesn't even know that the game of chess is going on over here. And the bishop was a defensive piece. However, badly placed, he's not going to help in order for the defense of the king. So, what an excellent chess composition, a chess study. It's really difficult, this one. And even when I was solving it, obviously, queen b1 is not difficult to see. King h8, queen g1, all of these moves are easy. Rook g8, And this move, rook to d8, is the real difficult move. Obviously, this is something you would naturally like to do because you want to pin this and threaten queen g7. But the thing is, rook takes d8 is a check, and dealing with this is really the difficult part. You have to calculate knight to d6, followed by knight f7 and queen b1. I think the really tough move, and at the end, of course, the cherry on the top, knight to h8, is very difficult to calculate. This kind of attacking moves are very difficult to calculate, but of course they are there. And this chess study teaches us a lot of things, and particularly reminded me of the Kasparov Piquet game, which is one of my favorite King's Indian games. And Kasparov created a similar, he played a similar move in that. Queen a8, queen e7, and knight to h1, I think was the move. It was absolutely beautiful. So, studying chess classics always helps, and studying chess studies is, of course, it teaches us 10 different things just in one tiny composition or one tiny, piece of beauty. This is chess studies are really good because they teach you a lot in a very small amount of small amount of pieces. There are very little amount of pieces, and still you learn so much out of it. And only instructive material is there in a chess study. So hope you enjoyed this chess study by Stephen. Really excellent chess study, and it was composed just this year in August. And yeah, it's quite a nice study, and only 10 out of 25 people were able to solve it. So if you think you are a great calculator, you should have given a go. And if you any of your friends boost that they are one, just give them this one and try to see if they are really good calculators. This is really tough to calculate. So see you guys until next time.